The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25.
On the double.
Hand off from the shotgun. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Let's take a look at the big picture for Louisville. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Man, oh man, that defensive end had a great get-off on that play. Exploded out of his three-point stance. He's able to use the swim move and get to the QB.
The Cardinals with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll give it to the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
And the Cardinals getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but they'll have to convert 3rd and long to keep it going. To the air, it's Carr. Looking left. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Guys, let's talk a little bit about NC State. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
Looking downfield on first down. Going for the big play. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Unloads to the right. Wide open downfield. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. That's good for the Cardinals. The Cardinals are flying down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville!
How do you not love it when they use the big fullback? Reward the big fella for doing the dirty work and blocking. Every play, every play. You don't want to account for him, we'll slip him out, throw him the football. He walks into the end zone for 6.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to throw, it's Bailey. He's got him. At the 35, he's loose. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quickly complete.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Back has it. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Bailey. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Off the play fake. Quarterback extends the play. They're working that left side. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? And the Cardinals are on the move. It's complete to the left. At the 40, there he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. The Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Cardinals want to pick up the tempo. Right back to the well. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
Into the house. Touchdown, Cardinals! Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. To the air, it's Bailey. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going, as they have a first down at the 43. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. Looking to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Kane. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups, Reese. I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you want to do, I'm going to find the big fella because he's going to be open most of the time.
Finds the tight end. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. And he was able to break one tackle, Jesse, and almost got away from another.
And this secondary, this defense, they better pack a lunch. When this guy has the football, you've got to get bodies to him, and you better wrap up those legs and hold on tight. This dude's hard to tackle.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Rushes on him. This time it's complete. Turning it on. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Caught in the backfield, it's Farrell. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State!
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback, good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Tulane was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in New Orleans. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. To the air on first down. Grab behind the line, it's Brown. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Cardinals can really attack on this second and short. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Caught near the sticks. It's Gordon. Turns it on in midfield. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right.
Ernie on the Jets. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. On first down, here comes this offense. To the air, it's Carr. He's got the tight end. There he goes. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in strike striking distance at the 37. And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. He caught it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Now the play fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got an open man. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to pass. It's Bailey. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Got the first himself. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Cardinals will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the
wide open spaces. And they'll bring him down after the long completion. An explosive pass play for this offense.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Oh, he's got some space. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped.
Scores on the sneak.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He's got great speed. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's Bailey. He uncorks one deep. Brings it in down the left side. Here he goes. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, NC State.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Louisville.
And he's in for the 2nd score of the game. My goodness. Note to self. Kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it. Kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Farrell. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The sure hands, it's Farrell. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you, man? You find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude. Keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
Wants to go up top on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. UAB is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Roddy White should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 4 to North Texas. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Fires to the big fella. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. To the air, it's Carr. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on 3rd down brings us to 4th.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
And the Cardinals will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Rolling right and going deep. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That's a big-time completion. Guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, the quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field. He took advantage of it. This guy made a great catch. Let's keep this drive going.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The Cardinals are marching down the field. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Second and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
Off play action. Looking to buy time. Touchdown, Cardinals! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got a man, it's Farrell. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Jones. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Zings it complete to the right. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. To throw, it's Bailey. It's complete. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Cardinals with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll move the tight end. Red pass, it's complete. Breaks into the open. Ball down, and he has enough to move the chains. The Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to Brown. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quickly complete. Great move. Now he's got room. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Cardinals pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. He'll try the left side.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Keeps looking downfield. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it up to 12.
I think the biggest thing you're probably disappointed in on offense is your lack of success running the football. And they've tried to give this guy the ball a few times in this game. Here we are in the 4th quarter. Still not a lot to show for it. Game really close in this juncture, and just wonder how many more times are they going to give him a try handing the ball off.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up touchdown Cardinals. They move on top here in the 4th.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
But he's not done, man. This QB is on a heater. He's already thrown 5 touchdown passes. And here we are late in the game, and he's still taking shots. When you're in a rhythm like that, you feel like any time the ball leaves your fingers, it's landing in your receiver's hands. And oftentimes for this guy today, it's been for touchdowns.
Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air on second down. Time to take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, they're not able to hook up there, but considering this guy already has 2 touchdown catches in this game, now the offensive coordinator is dialing up more passes his way. And you know the quarterback, he's got like a sonar on him. He's always aware of where he is, and I like the idea. I'm going to keep throwing this guy the football and see if he can get another touchdown.
Got his man on the right. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
All right, fourth quarter now, you're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. At quarterback and wide receiver, you're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense, I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick, and that was a...
Turning it on! Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing. Yeah,
this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Fires to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
And this is the chance for this offense. A first and goal, fourth quarter, trying to tie the game up. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking for the score. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking for the goal line. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. Trying play action. Touchdown, North Carolina State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
Play the analytics here and you go for 2. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Okay, Justy, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive. There he goes. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 1 more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. Might be changing the route. They go to the ground. Quick step and go. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run or go over the top? They'll run play action. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
And with that incompletion, it now sets up a very interesting decision for the head coach, right? You've got a narrow lead. You kick the field goal now, you force the opponent to have to at least score a touchdown to retake the lead. But you can also seize a lot of momentum. If you get it here on 4th and short, if you're able to score a touchdown, this is a completely different game.
With that field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them. So you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Bailey. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Still on his feet. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee.